Hi, I'm Christopher Clark, and I'm going to talk to you about geography and how it affects brain health. Where you live affects many areas of your life: what you eat, how you get around, what you do for entertainment, and your social circles. Now, this may seem like common knowledge, yet many people don't realize one of the most important areas it affects: your brain health. Studies have shown that certain environments can cause a lower hippocampal volume and an increased risk of neurological disorders like Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, and MS. So understanding how location affects health is the first step in taking control of your brain health. For everybody, the place where you grew up is out of your control. It's the luck of the draw. You may end up in a neighborhood with access to clean water, proper nutrition, or you might end up in a disadvantaged community surrounded by busy streets and poor nutritional options. The good news is you have a choice to move as you enter adulthood. While your family and friends may affect your ultimate decision, you still have the option to move for better job opportunities, healthier environments, and ultimately, better brain health. Some people love city living, others are happiest in the country. Your happy place may be totally different from the next person, but it's important to know the advantages and the disadvantages of where you want to live. So first, let's discuss city versus rural impacts on brain health. There's a study researching neurosocial stress processing in humans living in city and urban environments. It found an association between living in the city and an increase in amygdala activity. The amygdala are a pair of small oval-shaped regions in the brain and are especially important for emotional memories. If this area shows an increase in activity, stress levels are also shown to be higher. We know that additional stress negatively impacts mental health. So people living in urban areas are more prone to having anxiety and mood disorders. These results were determined using our MRI studies in 3 independent experiments. But what about high altitude versus sea level on brain health? Well, altitude plays a significant role. Have you ever gone on a high altitude hike or gone on a road trip through a mountain range and experienced a decline in your cognitive performance? This is typically the result of hypoxia, where you don't get enough oxygen to all the cells. Then there are the busy roads, traffic, highways, and pollution. A study done by researchers at the University of British Columbia studied 678,000 participants in Vancouver's metro area. The researchers found that people living less than 150 meters from a highway or less than 50 meters from a major roadway have a higher risk of developing MS, Parkinson's, dementia, and Alzheimer's. The researchers theorized that the link between these neurological disorders and busy streets is due to higher levels of air pollution. This is one of the first times we have confirmed a link between air pollution, traffic proximity, and brain health. Now let's explore the effects of coastal environments on your brain. Using survey data from 26,000 respondents, researchers from Blue Health investigated the effects of seaside living and well-being on residents in England. 1 in 6 English adults deal with mental health disorders. This number is exacerbated in people from poor backgrounds. The Blue Health study found that people with access to coastal areas had significantly reduced mental health issues. The study found that people living near the coast could potentially act as a protective zone, leveling the playing field between high and low income people. Considering that England is home to hugely populated cities like London, which experience more negative issues with mental health, people can use this to their advantage. Pretty much anywhere in England is within 70 miles to the sea, meaning people can use the power of the coast to protect their brain health. Now I'm going to talk about the 37th parallel. Getting a proper amount of sunlight plays an enormous role in overall brain health. According to an article from Harvard Medical School, except during the summer months, the skin makes very little, if any, vitamin D at 37 degrees north latitude of the equator and 37 degrees south of the equator. People who live in these areas are at greater risk of vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D is commonly associated with bone health, because the body requires it to absorb calcium. But without it, the body will actually pull calcium from the bone, increasing the risk of brittle bones. And we all know what brittle bones mean. This hormone is very active in every cell and every tissue, controlling a large number of our genes. It's safe to say that vitamin D is vital for brain health, as well as physical health. And where you live may affect how much your body can make. So now let's discuss disadvantaged neighborhoods. In a University of Wisconsin-Madison study, 951 cognitively normal participants received MRIs to measure total brain and hippocampal volume. The hippocampus is the center of emotions and memory in the brain. The study found that those living in disadvantaged neighborhoods had a 4% smaller hippocampal volume than those living in higher advantaged neighborhoods. That 4% is equal to 4 to 7 additional years of brain aging. In many cases, choosing where you live is a luxury. For many, living in disadvantaged neighborhoods is the only option. And disadvantaged neighborhoods are a clear determinant of health. So geography affects the brain. Although geography is important for health, it's not the only factor. We can augment our chances of good brain health by eating a proper diet, utilizing a high-quality supplement regimen, and following an exercise program. Take a look around. What impact does your environment have on your brain health? And what steps can you take today to protect yourself? If you found this topic interesting, and hopefully you got something out of it, please like, share, subscribe, save, all of the social things. So be well and be blessed.